Hi there. It's April 29th and time for Proverbs 29. Let's jump over there, turn that off. Now, this is the last chapter of the Solomon's Proverbs that were copied by King Hezekiah's men. So, and then tomorrow we get into my favorite chapter. So, here we go. Whoever remains stiff-necked after many rebukes will suddenly be destroyed without remedy. Yeah, I'm going to stubborn people, right? When the righteous thrive, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people groan. Right. True statement, right? A man who loves wisdom brings joy to his father, but a companion of prostitutes squanders his wealth. Yeah. Any names pop in your head right there? I'm not going to say. By justice, a king gives a country stability. By those who are greedy for bribes, but those who are greedy for bribes tears it down. Huh. A lot of that going on, huh? A lot of our own government employees, representatives of us, are getting exceedingly wealthy by means that are not always straight. 5. Those who flatter their neighbors are spreading nets for their feet. That was always. He that giveth ear to the flatterer is in danger, as the bird is before the fowler. Right. To flatter somebody means to say something to make them feel better. That's not necessarily true. Okay. Just flattering them. 6. Evildoers are snared by their own sin, but the righteous shout for joy and are glad. Right? That's true. You don't want to fall into the trap. Don't sin like that. 7. The righteous care about justice for the poor, but the wicked have no such concern. That's true. 8. Mockers stir up a city, but the wise turn away anger. Can you do that? If a wise person goes to court with a fool, the fool rages and scoffs, and there is no peace. Right? That happens too. Yells and screams, and nothing ever happens, right? 10. The bloodthirsty hate a person of integrity and seek to kill the upright. You can see that going on too. 11. Fools give full vent to their rage, but the wise bring calm in the end. Okay? Wise. Full vent, meaning poureth out all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in until afterwards. Right? Fancy way of saying keep your mouth shut, right? Don't fly off the handle. So if a ruler listens to lies, all his officials become wicked. 13. The poor and the oppressor have this in common. The Lord gives light to the eyes of both. I'll talk about that in a minute. Lord gives light to the eyes of. It says this all over Proverbs. Okay? 14. If a king judges the poor with fairness, his throne will be established forever. True. 15. A rod and a reprimand impart wisdom, but a child left undisciplined disgraces his mother. Got plenty of evidence of that up there now, huh? So these protesters and kids doing stupid stuff are doing it because they were not disciplined when they were younger. Right? 16. When the wicked thrive, so does sin, but the righteous will see their downfall. Right? You have to believe that. 17. More of this. Discipline your children, they will give you peace. They will bring you delights you desire. Okay? I disciplined my kids when they were young, and they are a delight to me now. So, 18. Where there is no revelation, people cast off restraint. But blessed is the one who heeds wisdom's instruction. This too. Tell a little story. I'll get back to that one. Where there is no revelation, people cast off restraint. But blessed is the one who heeds wisdom's instruction. Right? It says vision over here, where there is no vision. Where there is not faithful ministers of the word of God. Not too many of those out there now. Most of them are going down another path. 19 servants cannot be corrected by mere words. Though they understand, they will not respond. A lot of people are like that. Do you see someone who speaks in haste? There is more hope for a fool than for them. Okay? He speaks in haste. Keep your mouth shut most of the time. Don't speak without thinking. A lot of people speak without thinking, okay? 21, servant pampered from youth will turn out to be insolent, spoiled, okay? 22, an angry person stirs up conflict, and a hot-tempered person commits many sins. Yeah. Plenty of those out there now, too, screaming and shouting. 23, pride brings a person low, but the lowly in spirit gain honor. Okay? That's true. God hates pride, right? He likes humble. That's lowly in spirit is a humble person, okay? 24, the accomplices of thieves are their own enemies. They are put under oath and dare not testify. Right? Own enemies. 25, fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. Right? Fear of man will prove to be a trap. That's a big one. It's a big one. There's a note over here. He that feareth man more than God falleth into a snare and is destroyed. Right? You fear man more than you fear Lord. That's a trap. Right? 26, many seek an audience with a ruler, but it is from the Lord that one gets justice. Like that, fear of the Lord. That goes with this, okay? Fear of man proves to be a trap. Whoever trusts in the Lord will keep safe. Many seek an audience with the ruler, fear of man, but it is from the Lord that one gets justice. Whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. Right? Those two play off each other. The righteous detest the dishonest, and the wicked detest the upright. Right? The good guys hate the bad guys, and the bad guys hate the good guys. Okay? That's the way it is. So there you go. That's Proverbs 29. Let's go over our highlights here. And there's stuff I thought I'd talk about. Okay. 4 is highlighted by justice. A king gives a country stability, but those who are greedy for bribes tears it down. Or who give bribes. Either way, right? When somebody takes a bribe, if somebody was voting a certain way for his constituents, I want this to happen, and he said, okay, I'll make that happen for you, which is his job. And he's going to make that happen. And somebody comes along with a whole lot of money and says, I want you to vote the other way on this. You wouldn't need to bribe that person unless you wanted to change their vote, okay? Or be sure you had their vote. Right? The person who takes bribes dishonors the people that he's representing by voting differently just to get money in his own pocket. Right? Country stability, bribes, tears it down. Okay? It should be illegal. It is in some countries. They call it lobbying here. Other countries call it extortion. Right? The people who give bribes should be the ones who get in a lot of trouble. So, 12 is highlighted. If a ruler listens to lies, all his officials become wicked. And we said we would talk about this. Okay. Our current president, years ago, started calling this very thing out. Okay. Okay. He calls it fake news. That people that are supposed to tell you what happened, put a slant to it, and they lie, and they tell fake things. Okay. People that listen to these lies are led astray. They do it on purpose to lead people astray. Okay? If a ruler listened to the lies, right? If a ruler listened to everything that was said on the news, right? All his officials would become wicked. Okay? You think Satan runs the news agencies? I think he's in there somewhere. Just saying. Okay, 17 is highlighted. Discipline your children, they will give you peace. They will bring you the delights you desire. Okay. Now, this stood out because, I disciplined my children when they were young. Okay. And I got a call from my son yesterday. My son is in his 40s. Okay. He's 43 or something like that. He has children. And he calls me. Right. And life is busy and he's working and keeping his house and paying his bills and taking care of his daughter. And he calls me and he said, and we talked for about an hour, and he said at the end of this conversation, I knew all the things you were going to say, Dad. I just wanted to hear you say them again. And I'm glad to say them again, right? That's the delights I desire. It's wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, 23 is highlighted. Pride brings a person low, but the lowly in spirit gain honor, right? The pride of a man shall bring him low, but the humble in spirit shall enjoy glory, right? Pride. Okay. If you're prideful, if you're arrogant, if you're conceited, pretty soon everybody's going to leave and you'll be alone by yourself. That's being low, okay? Humble. If you're humble and other people build you up, it gains a bigger audience, okay? It's good stuff. And these two, I'm going to highlight this too, just because they go together, kind of play off each other, right? Fear of man will prove to be a snare, right? Many seek an audience with a ruler, fear of man. But whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. But it is from the Lord that one gets justice, right? Fear the Lord over man. If you ever fear man over the Lord, that's a trap, okay? That's a trap. So there you go. That's Proverbs 29. They say that's the last of the Proverbs that King Hezekiah's been copied. Right? A tune later, we're on Luke chapter 20 and are through the New Testament in here, day 119, I think. And we'll get to that. It's getting good, right? He's on his way to Jerusalem. Jesus is. So, here you go. Give us a like or think about it, and later we'll continue. See you next time.